As I was looking through the news, I stumbled across an article. Now, this wasn't very surprising. News websites have news articles. But what was surprising is this. "We were wrong." A quote from OpenAI co-founder Sutskever. As the current chief scientist at OpenAI, it really means something when he says that the company made a mistake just one day after the much-anticipated release of GPT-4. To understand the context behind Sutskever's remark, we need to take a look at the company he co-founded in 2016. Operating out of the historic Pioneer Building in San Francisco, California, OpenAI wasn't founded to be another corporate AI research organization, and that's reflected on its official website. Right at the top, it reads, "OpenAI is an AI research and deployment company. Our mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all humanity." Just below it states even more directly, "We are building safe and beneficial AGI, but will also consider our mission fulfilled if our work aids others to achieve this outcome." OpenAI was founded with the explicit purpose of providing what its very name suggests, open and transparent research in the exponentially growing field of AI for the good of humanity. If we look up OpenAI Incorporated using the California Secretary of State business search, we see the organizational entity listed as a nonprofit, which matches its stated purpose. It is also listed as being out of state, since it was legally incorporated in Delaware, and then its president filed to transact within California. This legal entity seems to be exactly what you would expect. It's only when you scroll down a bit more through the list of businesses that you find OpenAI LP at the same principal address, founded a couple of years later. In 2019, OpenAI announced OpenAI LP as a capped profit company, a term that they invented, which is defined as a hybrid of a for-profit and non-profit. Scroll down just a bit further and you find a very striking sentence. Going forward, in this post and elsewhere, OpenAI refers to OpenAI LP, which now employs most of our staff, and the original entity is referred to as OpenAI Nonprofit. OpenAI has decided that its name, OpenAI, no longer refers to the nonprofit entity, OpenAI Incorporated, but rather to its legally for-profit subsidiary, OpenAI LP. With a razor-thin line in nomenclature, it isn't surprising to hear that many feel that OpenAI has gotten separated from its initial goal. The most famous OpenAI co-founder has also voiced his opinion years after leaving the company. In a tweet by Elon Musk sent the same day as the Verge article was published, Musk voices his confusion, implying that the $100 million he had donated to the nonprofit was now being used in a for-profit company. Simply looking at its legal entities, it's hard to not be skeptical of OpenAI's intentions, despite its massive breakthroughs with ChatGPT and GPT-4. However, OpenAI has been vocal in response to questions and critics. After all, ChatGPT is great at answering questions. Let's ask one now. Well, you can't argue with AI. It's the future. Now let's look back at the Verge article. Sutskever's statement, "We were wrong," was in response to questioning regarding its changing approach to the importance of transparent research. The article states, OpenAI's reasons for not sharing more information about GPT-4, fear of competition and fears over safety, were self-evident. Competition is an interesting word here, considering that OpenAI's stated purpose would be fulfilled if our work aids others to achieve this outcome. So what has changed? Why does OpenAI feel the need to have competition in the place of public cooperation? The answer lies in the second keyword, safety. Although profit capped is not a word in anyone's dictionary, safety is definitely a word in OpenAI's. Alongside the release of GPT-4, OpenAI published a corresponding 99-page technical report detailing information in its development. In it, the word safety is used 93 times. The clip I just showed you is of the first 7 instances of the word safety, which is in the first page alone. In case it isn't clear, OpenAI believes it needs to have a for-profit entity that bears its name in order to be competitive, since it believes that OpenAI research would be a safety concern. In the words of OpenAI chief scientist, "I believe that in a few years it's going to be completely obvious to everyone that open sourcing AI is just not wise." Now that's a fine, and maybe even quite intelligent opinion to hold, but it can definitely appear hypocritical to espouse the need for secrecy while having a stated purpose of openness and to portray your company as being nonprofit, while it has a for-profit subsidiary. As a small side note, it's also worth mentioning that according to the Verge article, Sutskever did not reply when asked if OpenAI could definitely state that its training data does not include pirated material, which could also be a motivation to keep training sets hidden. GPT-4 was trained on, quote, both publicly available data, such as internet data, and data licensed from third-party providers, which combined with StudyGiver's lack of response may imply that OpenAI's technical report may be playing fast and loose, or more specifically playing loose with the rules in order to be fast enough to be industry research. This whole situation is at the heart of the philosophy and motivation of AI research, and will likely continue to be a debate for many years to come. OpenAI promised to be different in a world of corporate, closed artificial intelligence research, but in order to reach its technical goals, it may resort to compromising on its philosophical ideals. Let me know in the comments if you think that public AI research is an achievable goal, and if OpenAI will be able to combine their philosophy and goal. At the very least, OpenAI does publicly explain its legal structure, and its representatives will openly discuss their shifting mindsets, even if that shift is to be less open in AI research. If you appreciate this video, please let me know and like and subscribe. Thank you.